Hi everyone, today I will discuss about 10 famous travelers who changed the world. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only a page. Like all great travelers, they are. Number 10. Ibn Battuta, generally considered to be the greatest travelers of all times. Ibn Battuta was a Moroccan explorer who is famous for his travel account called Rihala. Battuta traveled through the Horn of Africa, the Middle East, South Asia and finally China for over 40 years. It's said that, after he returned to Morocco more than a quarter of a century later, he had lost half his family. Number 9. Jacques Cartier was a French explorer of Breton origin, who claimed what is now Canada for France. Cartier was a very respected mariner who undertook the first European voyage to the far undiscovered land, what we now know as Canada. He was the first European to map the Canadian landmass while also brought along the French language, which to this day remains Canada's second language. Number 8. Vasco da Gama, 1460 to 1524, was a Portuguese explorer who discovered an ocean route from Portugal to the east. Da Gama was born to a noble family in Sines, Portugal. Da Gama's father Estevão was also an explorer. He was to have made the sea voyage from Portugal to India that eventually made his son famous, but the elder Da Gama died before completing the journey. Gama opened up the spice route when he. Number 7. Herodotus was a Greek historian who was born in Halicarnassus in the Persian Empire and lived in the 5th century BCE, a contemporary of Socrates. Popularly known as the father of history, this Greek historian, Herodotus, was one of the most traveled people of his age. His accounts give insights as he travels through Asia Minor, Greece, Rome and Egypt. Number 6. Xuanzang Hsuan Sang. Chinese monk, scholar, and a famed translator, Xuanzang is famous in the South Asian history as the traveler who brought the great Indian and Chinese cultures in contact with each other. He became famous for his 17-year overland journey to India, which is recorded in detail in the classic Chinese. Number 5. Captain James Cook FRSRN was a British explorer, navigator, cartographer, and captain in the Royal Navy. British navigator James Cook discovered and charted New Zealand and Australia's Great Barrier Reef on his ship HMB Endeavour, and later disproved the existence of the fabled southern continent Terra Australis. Number 4. Ferdinand Magellan was a Portuguese explorer who organized the Spanish expedition to the East Indies from 1519 to 1522, resulting in the first circumnavigation of the Earth, completed by Juan Sebastián Elcano. His voyages, which took him across the mighty Pacific, paved way for further expeditions. The famous Straits of Magellan is named after this voyager, the historic voyage of this great. Number 3. Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer, navigator, colonizer, and citizen of the Republic of Genoa, famous for being the discoverer of America. Under the auspices of the Catholic monarchs of Spain, he completed 4 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean, under the aegis of the monarchy of Spain. Number 2. John Cabot, Anglo-Italian navigator, is famed for being the first European explorer to claim contact with the North American inhabitants. In England, Cabot received the backing he had been refused in Spain and Portugal. Italian bankers based in London agreed to invest in his scheme. So did the merchants of Bristol. They had sponsored probes into the North Atlantic from the early 1480s. Number 1. Marco Polo, the Venetian merchant traveler whose famous work, Travels of Marco Polo, recorded his epic travels and introduced the Europeans to the cultures of South Asia. While working for the great Kublai Khan, Polo took off on a 24-year ramble through Asia. He came home to a war, was imprisoned and used that time to dictate his journeys to his cellmate. Unfortunately, he also spent that time inventing that annoying call and response game still used by children in every backyard pool to this day. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe my channel.